Hello, so I did a search on YouTube and didn't see a good video on how to replace a spring in a handbell, so I'm going to go through that procedure with you now. Um, Obviously, you're going to need the replacement spring, and with the correct number on it. These have different bells have different springs, obviously. Um, I think it's easier to do this with the entire clapper out, although you could leave it in. It's just a little bit tighter to work when it's inside there. So the tools you need is the hex tool to take the stem out. You're going to need the driver for it's the appropriate size for the mechanism, and then a screwdriver to take the actual clapper off of the stem. So we're going to start by, I just leave the bell down on the table like this, and I put my hand in and I hold the clapper like this, okay? And then I'm going to untwist it like that until it just slides out. And I'm going to leave the rest of the bell in here. Now there is a little spacer in there. I'm just going to leave it on, but be sure that the spacer you don't lose that and it stays. And then you can also see inside there that there's a little pin, and that pin goes into this hole right here. So that'll be important when we put it back together. So in order to replace the spring, we take the spring, and you take your flat screwdriver, and it just comes off. So you have to take the clapper off the stem. Okay, and then this is a little washer that has it has 3 little spiky things on it, and that'll be important when we go back to put it back on the stem, that it goes the right direction. We'll go through that. And then you take the nut or the hex driver, and you get the nuts off of this part. So you take those off, and then there's a rubber washer and a plastic white washer, and you take those off. So first the rubber washer comes off, that washer, and then the same thing with the other one. There's the nut, the black rubber washer, the white plastic washer. Okay, now this spring just slips off. I say slips, it's a bit challenging. You can actually use the screwdriver to pry it out if you need to. All right, here we go. All right, so that slides off. Okay, here's the old spring. That one's actually not cracked, but I'm just replacing all of the springs in the bells in this bell set. And then here's the new one. Okay, we check and make sure they're the same size. Looks pretty good. And then this slides back on the stem. It takes a little bit of force to get it on there. It just goes all the way down until it seats. And if you can't get it all the way down, you can take the screwdriver and just use that as a push tool to help get it all the way down. The little white washer I need to replace too. Okay, then you can look at these. If you want to replace these, you can. I happen to have a set of replacement washers here. Okay, so these are kind of old and bent up, so we'll go ahead and replace those. And this was the repair kit from Schulmerich that has the repair parts plus a full set of springs. So that's what I ordered. For a 5-octave set, it was a little over $100. Okay, so then these the white plastic washer. We're just reversing the process, and then I'm putting this screw down. I'm not tightening it all the way down yet. I'm just going to get it like towards the top, finger tight. Same thing with this. And get the white down there like that, and the black one, and then that goes back on again. I'm not tightening it all the way at this point. Now I need to be sure to line up the pin. See the pin right there? And then there's a hole right here. So I will go ahead and I line these up. Hold that in there. And then we just tighten this back up. Now you're going to feel the clapper. You have to feel it slide into the pin on the bell itself, and that's what holds the clapper in position. Okay. So tighten that all the way down. Okay. And now this part, you could have put this clapper back on before you put the mechanism back in here, or you can do it after. It's actually probably easier if you do it first. But I forgot to on this video, so I'm going to do it now. So this washer goes in here, and that's important to seat down. It has the 3 little spiky things, and then that gets seated on the stem, like so. And that's important that is facing the correct direction. Otherwise, you won't be able to adjust the clapper afterwards. So then we put this part on, screw that down. Get the screwdriver. Now this is it's pretty tight on here, but it needs to be able to, you still need to be able to rotate the clapper to go between the soft, medium, and hard settings. So once it's on there, it should feel little clicks like that, okay? And then we're going to set it on the little scratch. We're going to set it where the M is facing the scratch, okay? So right now it's just really loose. And the next thing to do is to adjust the tension on the bell. So we want to adjust it so that you can ring softly going forward, not so much so that when you pick it off the table it rings, and then on the back ring it needs to be not ring back unless you're trying to do it and you're trying to do a shake. So we're going to do it a couple of turns this way, and then a few more turns on this way. So you can either count turns by just seeing how many times you turn the screwdriver or the driver. So there's like 1, 2, and I'm looking at the label on the driver, 3, 4, we're going to try 5 and see how that does to start with. Oh, that's going to be way too tight. So I took 2 turns off. Okay, so we're going to see how this works here. So I'm going to just ring forward. So you should be able to ring soft and loud. It shouldn't ring when you come back, but I should also be able to get a shake with going both directions. I'm going to adjust it a little bit looser on the backswing. That's it. That's replacing the spring on a handbell. Thanks.